Have you ever wondered if helping others can sometimes harm you? The path to compassion can be riddled with unexpected challenges, and one young monk's journey reveals that even the noblest intentions can have dark consequences. Join me as we explore a Zen Buddhist tale about the complexities of kindness and the importance of self-awareness. In a tranquil valley surrounded by mountains, there lay a small village known for its serene atmosphere and the teachings of a wise Zen master named Koji. Villagers often sought Koji's guidance, and he welcomed everyone with open arms, eager to share his wisdom. Among his students was a young monk named Ren. Full of enthusiasm and passion for helping others, Ren spent every day assisting the villagers in any way he could. He repaired roofs, carried water, and helped in the fields. He believed that by dedicating his life to service, he would attain enlightenment and be a source of joy for those around him. One bright morning, Ren set out to the river to fetch water for the village. Along the way, he noticed an elderly woman struggling to carry a heavy load of firewood. Without hesitation, Ren rushed over to help her. "Please allow me to carry that for you," he said with a warm smile. "Oh, thank you, young monk," the woman replied, her face lighting up with gratitude. "You are so kind." Feeling proud of his good deed, Ren continued on his way. But as he walked, he began to feel a nagging sense of fatigue. By the time he reached the river, he was exhausted. He filled his bucket with water and headed back to the village, his body weary from the morning's efforts. As the days went by, Ren took on more and more responsibilities. He believed that helping others was the ultimate expression of compassion. However, as his workload increased, so did his exhaustion. He often sacrificed his own rest and well-being for the sake of others. One evening, while the villagers gathered to share stories and laughter, Ren overheard a group of people discussing a new family that had just moved to the village. They were struggling to adapt and needed assistance. Ren's heart ached for them, and he felt compelled to help. Without a second thought, he approached them the next morning. "I will help you settle in," he said. "What can I do?" Grateful for his kindness, the new family eagerly accepted his offer. Ren spent days painting their house, planting a garden, and teaching their children about the village. The family thrived under his guidance, and he felt a sense of fulfillment unlike any other. Yet beneath the surface of his joy, a storm was brewing. With each passing day, Ren found himself feeling increasingly drained. He was so focused on others that he neglected his own needs. His meditation sessions grew shorter, his meals became hasty, and he often collapsed into bed, too tired to reflect on his day. One evening, while tending to the new family's garden, Ren noticed that his hands were trembling. "What is happening to me?" he whispered to himself. He felt the weight of his exhaustion pressing down on him. He was helping everyone around him, yet he felt more isolated and unhappy than ever. Concerned for Ren's well-being, his mentor, Master Koji, called him to the monastery. "Ren," the master said, looking at him with wise, compassionate eyes, "I see the burdens you carry. You must learn to care for yourself if you wish to continue helping others." "But Master," Ren protested, "isn't it selfish to think of myself when there are so many in need? If I do not help them, who will?" Koji smiled gently. "To care for others is noble, but to neglect yourself is dangerous. When you pour from an empty cup, you cannot offer anyone anything of value. Your kindness may turn to resentment, and your compassion may wither. Balance is essential." Ren looked down, feeling the truth in Koji's words. But how could he balance his desire to help with his need for self-care? The following day, Ren decided to observe himself more closely. He still wanted to help, but he also wanted to honor his own needs. He began to set boundaries, allowing time for meditation and self-reflection. However, the struggle was real. Whenever he encountered someone in need, his instincts kicked in, and he felt compelled to assist, often at the expense of his own well-being. One fateful afternoon, while walking through the village, Ren encountered a young boy who had fallen and scraped his knee. The boy cried out in pain, and Ren's heart immediately ached for him. Without a moment's hesitation, he knelt beside the boy, offering comfort and assistance. "Let me help you," Ren said, gently cleaning the wound and wrapping it in cloth. But as he tended to the boy, he felt a familiar sensation, a growing fatigue that clouded his thoughts. Just then he noticed Hara, a village elder, struggling to lift a heavy basket of fruit from the ground. Ren hesitated, torn between two calls for help. He wanted to aid the boy, but he also felt a pull toward the elder. In that moment, Ren's exhaustion peaked. He staggered slightly, his vision blurring. I can't!" he gasped, collapsing to the ground. The boy and Hara rushed to his side, concern etched on their faces. "Ren, what's wrong?" they cried out, panic rising in their voices. As Ren lay on the ground, a wave of realization washed over him. He had pushed himself too far, believing that constant giving was the key to happiness. Instead, he had neglected the very essence of his being, his own well-being and health. With the villagers gathered around him, Ren saw the depth of their care. They offered help and concern, not just for his body but for his spirit. In that moment, he understood what Master Koji had meant. To truly help others, one must first help oneself. The villagers lifted him gently and took him to Master Koji. There, in the safety of his mentor's presence, Ren began to understand the delicate balance of compassion and self-care. Helping others is a beautiful path, Ren, Koji said, his voice soothing. But it is essential to cultivate your own garden before tending to the gardens of others. Self-care is not selfish. It is necessary. As Ren recovered, he began to incorporate self-care into his daily routine. He set aside time for meditation, nourishing meals, and moments of solitude. He still helped the villagers, but he did so from a place of fullness rather than depletion. Months passed, and Ren transformed. The exhaustion that had once consumed him faded away, replaced by a sense of harmony. His laughter rang through the village, echoing the joy he now felt within. He learned to say no when necessary, allowing himself the grace to prioritize his own needs. One day, while sitting with Master Koji, Ren reflected on his journey. I understand now, Master. The dark side of helping can lead to harm, not just to myself, but to those I wish to assist. Balance is the key. Koji nodded, pride glimmering in his eyes. Indeed, Ren. To walk the path of compassion is to honor both yourself and those you serve. When you nurture your own spirit, your ability to help others will flourish. So, as you journey through life, remember this: helping others is a noble endeavor, but your own well-being is just as important. Find balance in your kindness and allow your heart to thrive, for only then can you truly make a difference in the world.